Jiří,
how are you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I met Jiří, Henry. I met Jiří in Solista Cafe on Malada Horakaba, a really lovely little place where many of the great and good of Letna would come and drink their coffee. It was run by a guy who was also previously with Degustation, which is one of the better restaurants in Prague. And there's this really handsome guy who'd walk in with these Chelsea boots on. I'm not talking about me. It's just Jiří, and we would get into conversation because the place was so small. Basically, you had to talk. And I was really fascinated by you because you're obviously someone who makes your living through creating music, and you're very much a man around Letna, which to me is basically one of the best places in Prague. So I'm hoping today we can talk a bit about that, your life a little and your career over the next 40 or 50 minutes. So we're going to pack in a lot in a short time.
Okay.
So thanks for being here. And do you have any questions for us before we?
No, we'll see.
We'll see along the way. You're originally from Třebíč.
I'm born in Třebíč. It's a Moravian town. Mm-hmm. But I grew up in Okřížky. It's 10 kilometers from Třebíč, and this small, 1,000 people living there. And I came from this place to Prague to study conservatory and after academy.
So a little bit of a Billy Elliot story.
Yeah,
you're from a small town.
I was a carpenter there, and so one day I woke up and wow, I want to be a composer.
Is that how it worked for you? Because obviously you'd started with the carpentry, and was music always in your life from a young age, or was it surrounding you and your family, or was it something new to you?
No, actually, I'm not from a family and from music family, or because my friends from school, they are from their parents play in orchestras and they are teachers, composers. No, I just my mother was working in the post office, and my stepfather, I don't know actually, but. I discovered music during the communism. Maybe I discovered the folk singers. It was quite free, genre of music. Some Kuril and Nohavica during this time, and so my contact was during the guitar and songs primarily, because the classic music wasn't in my life. And after I grew up and I met, the electric guitar. And of course, if you are, 20 or 30 in 80s, it was a huge explosion. And I fell in love with this instrument. And I have noisy band, and, but, no scores, nothing, no education, just, loud and angry. But after a while, I need to express myself, and I felt it's not enough for me, and actually I have to say I didn't like classical music at the time. I hate it because I thought it's fucking boring and horrible, it's the music for old people, no rhythm there, nothing interested. But after a while, one day, I just, listened something and everything collapsed because it was really good. And, and I was 18. I was working on the building like Carpenter. I have no knowledge about some score, something. And now I discovered this world, and what now? So
that was in the mid-90s.
Maybe.
Yeah.
92, 91.
Okay. Got you. And then that leads you to come to Prague to be educated in music.
Yeah. I started to work on, because I was really, I was really late with, because people in my age started, an academy in this age. I just wanted to go to conservatory. It was a little bit tricky because before I had no education about classical music, but I started and I just wanted,
Is it okay if I ask just a bit more about this?
Okay.
Because it's so fascinating for me, because you're, as you say, you're not from that background, but it's something that's, I made an off-cuff remark about Billy Elliot in the movie. He talks about it like being like electricity.
Yeah,
in his body.
It's a really nice scene. I know it.
I feel maybe that there's a similarity with you. Like, it's not something that it's all around you. It's something that's in you that comes out. Is that too simple?
I think maybe music is just a way how to deal with the world, and I'm not sure if I'm thinking that way, like just now I am, creating something, and maybe it's just, I'm, how to say, I'm observer of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some way inside you need to express something. Maybe you need to deal with something, maybe, and you are happy, you are sad, and you are just trying to do something. And so this is a way how to deal with the world and with myself, actually.
And when you go back to being a young man and you've discovered, okay, there's something here, and I want to go into this, and you're aiming to get into the conservatory, what was the process like? Because you don't have the background, but you've got the body of work or the skills to give it a go.
I was a completely naive, and it was my saving, because if I know what I know today, I'm not sure if I'm going this way again, But you are naive, you're enthusiastic, and actually you have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
This is a point, because I actually the social question of my life these times, and I have nothing to lose. Just I just tried, and it is funny because I it's not possible, actually, because today you are listening. You have to diversify your ways, your world.
You should know a bit of this.
I just took one target, only white target, and this will be my life, And this is nonsense, actually, But okay, you are 18, 20, don't care.
When I went to university, I was the only child from my school who went to that particularly posh university, and I remember being surrounded by people who were very entitled. They were always going to go to Trinity, and that was the way it was. Did you feel something like that when you were there? Like, were you surrounded by a lot of entitled people, or is it more? It was a difference back then.
I just tried to put my leg into the door, and what is the possibilities? I saw some professor in TV to play. This will be my professor. I will study in this.
Even just,
I called him, and just, and this time no mobile phone. I just found, some number at the conservatory. And
did you?
I called some secretary in the school, and this lady, who? Hey, I'm Jiří Hájek, I'm from Okřížky, and I just wanted to, what? And, they'd call him. Hey, and some, angry guy. Ooh. You can remember it, it's like the boss of some bureau.
What do you want?
So, of course, it was completely naive, but okay, I just came to Prague and visited him, and again, and I just tried, and it was horrible, but no wasn't answer for me, and of course, the first year exam, no, second, no. But after a while, just, they accept me, and I started from the beginning, and this switching the environment. I start, my job, because I was big guy. I need some job for living. I started in a state opera. I was doing the subtitles on operas, and I've been there 10 years. And it was great because I for my education, I've been in music theater, surrounded by people, all this repertoire. It was great, and everything what I want, to be in some cultural place surrounded by the music, exhibitions, theaters. And so I think I just practicing so much and I want a new life, This is a point.
So but by being there, by getting that job, you figured out I can there's something here I can make a career about. And it seems like you have a large amount of grit as well. Like you were sticking at it. You were not like, did you feel like at any point you would give up, or was it like a straight line, so to speak?
Maybe later I had some feelings, then I'm ready for something.
Yeah.
And this something is wasn't coming,
Yeah.
And I felt, it's the time to do something. But if I'm honest to myself, from 2 days, I wasn't ready actually. And everything came in the right time. I thought maybe 20 years ago, I want to make some, score for a movie. But I'm really sure I wasn't able to make scores same quality like today. And this is it,
It took.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah. But on the other hand, you become ready by doing things when you're not ready.
This is the second thing. You are, how to say, you are improving these things if you are doing this. And this practical stuff is, the mind.
And you were fortunate to get that opportunity. And
of course. It's just, it doesn't make sense, but it was the same way. I just, during the school, I was in academy. I just felt that this could be my way, to create music for theaters and movies. But nobody knows. And I just wrote emails and letters and sent CDs in those times, and lately links to my website, and maybe hundreds, thousands, really everywhere. I was the master of spam, everywhere, everywhere. Just,
we have experience from sales. We're spam experts.
Yeah, but I think, because, my grandfather was a huge boss in the butter, all the butter.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was similar. I just, decide to sell myself. I in Czech, it's maybe different environment because here's a little bit shady. Mm-hmm. But in US or West, you are just offering your work. You just want to do something.
Yes.
I not want to money free or something. I just want to do something. So I was sending, hundreds of emails, and 2-3 people answered me. And actually, Daniel Špinar is today the director. It was in these days, it was Daniel Špinar. Mm-hmm. But young guy on those days started, and lately famous director and chief of National Theatre. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's interesting. Maybe you can manage. And another one was one TV director, Ivan Pokorny. And they gave me the first job. And after a while, it was snowball effect. And these days, I thought that the hardest thing is to get the first job, the first, impact. And you think, breakthrough.
Take off.
Yeah. But now, after, 15, 20 years, I think the harder is to stay in business. Year, 2, 5, 10,
longevity.
20,
mm-hmm.
until...
To stay current.
Day by day, year by year is hard.
So where do you learn this? I mean, this is solid sales skills, building a funnel. Mm-hmm. Where do you learn this?
Maybe I'm coming from it's a little bit tricky social environment, and if you want something, you have to tell it. I want to drink. And
they can say yes or no.
And this is similar, it's quite, I don't know, easy, but it's still is going to, just, I have no another chance, and this is cost you just your energy and your, how to say, your feeling that you are stupid and
your ego.
But it's like with girls, you are 40 and 50 and you like some girl and you're going, hey, you are really pretty. You are stupid. Okay, fine. But it's the same. If you want something, you have to tell the world.
And you have to tell them a story, and you hope they like the story. And
no, but I'm trying to say, if you have to tell the world, then you have to something to offer.
And but it seems like this obviously became a really successful career, and you are really responsible for the music for many Czech series and movies, some very popular ones. One I know is Teroristka, which which I love. This is a profession of love in a way. Like so, you composed Manon Lescaut in the Czech Republic, and there's Manon 1, which is a song which it touched me incredibly. Maybe we can play it during the making of the episode. But I find it so extraordinary that you can make something like that and do the movies. Like, how do you balance that kind of? Because it seems more sort of classical in a sense, versus the more like modern or mix. Like, where does this come from? I mean, because you're really covering quite a broad range of styles there. Like.
Yeah, funny is that it's connecting with my beginning in a noisy band and all this. And in one period of on the beginning of my studies, I was quite deeply myself. I was a little bit jealous about all this, my mates who play piano from 6 or violins that they say highly educated. I was just observe them like, like. But I just realized that. I studied and I get some those kind of skills as well. But plus I have the skills of these noisy bands and electronics and underground. And I just, this and plus the skills from school, from classic education. Yeah. I just got the palette of, really different expression possibilities, and there are composers, they are just, have just own style. If you ask the Phil Glass for some music and you probably know what you got, it was perfect, nice, but and what I like is to try what is the best for some kind of project. And maybe one project want to do noisy guitars, another just organs or orchestra or electronics. And you spoke about Manon, and the director wanted to work with with this church idea and idea of because she's almost there, and every time she turned to different life, and I thought it could be nice, play love songs to the organ, because still it will be in the love song, but because the organ is hugely significant thing, one accord, and you are in a church.
Yeah. It takes me there, whether I like it or not.
Simba is working the Interstellar, actually. There, we are in space, and the organ brings you
the music and that thing. So there, you've drawn a parallel I haven't actually figured out.
It's funny because they're hundreds of years to organ music before Interstellar or Manon.
Yeah.
But from Interstellar, everybody think he started with this, you know.
It's anyway. It's beautiful.
Sorry, I may be not answering for your question. So sorry for that.
But it's okay. I'll get there in the end. So a lot of people who will be listening to this will be interested in your process, because if you get a rough cut for a movie and you're kind of having a sense of it, this is what the story is. Like, where is the base of your work coming from that you can match it properly? Are you getting a lot of guidance from the movie producers, or is it something you're like, no, I want to be a little bit to see it naked first and then, or like, how do you do that? Or is it depending on the production?
It depends, you know. Someone has, you know, they have maybe really good imagination what they want, director or producer. We want this kind of music, and okay, I'm able to do this, or
yes.
I'm not. Or they ask you to, if you can bring something, your point of view for this stuff. And the worst scenario is if someone tried to find the true you know, they don't know, and you know, you are offer something, and no, try to do something different. Oh no, try to something. It's horrible, you know. But this part of process I like most. When I'm finding and trying to find, you know, what is the language of this project.
Gotcha.
Now I'm working on a project called Record Woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, you know, it's mini-series about, you know, trans athlete from 30s, Zdena Koubková, alias Zdeněk Koubek. And primarily we thought it could be some electronic way going a little bit against the you know, the historical pictures of the camera. But it was our primary idea. Okay, it would be good, you know, Czech, Babylon, Berlin, you know, from sport could be nice. But we found this is not working.
Yes.
Because we need to accept some fragile, you know, aspect of this human being.
Yes.
And during the process, I chose something different. I chose, you know, real voices with some fragile strings, and this started work, you know. And so my process, back to your question, you know, I just, you know, I'm just movie or TV series, I'm just watching it many times and trying to find the key and what I'm going to accept, what not, and I'm going to try to do some tracks and the listen with the director or producer, and they could say, "Oh, it's a goat," or "You're crazy." Or something, but we have the first step, you know, and you have to kick something, and because from if you have some music on the beginning, you can from this track try something different or not, or change it, but you have to start.
It's like it's the seed, and then it grows and it needs to go back to that seed.
Actually, in this case, I have 3 episodes now, and I discovered something in episode 2, and this team is working for me and for Risa too much. Then I am going back to episode 1. I try to rebuild some situations, because I think now then could be nice. You know, I have different point of view because I am far from the beginning on my way.
Exactly. It sounds to me that the pilot or the first episode is like the foundation of a house. And you're building on it. And if it's God, that's a foundation that can support this. And of course,
you know, it's working. You know, it's okay. It's working. But I just realized it could be, you know, much more, much more
connected.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
It's really great to get this insight. I've absolutely no idea how it works. So
it's actually you have to sit and try.
Yeah,
just sit and try, and it's could be actually really boring for someone. And I think it's important to don't be satisfied with yourself just with first version. Okay, is this it? No, just and be critical to yourself.
Yeah,
I think this is.
Do you work alone or do you? Yeah. Okay. So
I'm obsessive. I'm really the feeling that someone is listening to me or watching me. It's no way. And the worst nightmare for me, maybe some girls. May I be there and watch you? No. Definitely no. No.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Quick question. So, are you the one who is never satisfied with whatever you do?
No.
Or you have the end and then you can sign the. It's there.
I'm doing something now in my period of life, and I'm doing this, and I'm going from the beginning to end, and in one moment, I know this is the best what I able to do now. Maybe after 10 years, I don't know. Maybe my point of view will be different, but I'm just if I'm satisfied with this, or I think it's okay, just okay, I'm finishing. And then there's another thing with this music for movies. There's deadline.
That was my second question. So if you have deadlines, does it occur that you have multiple projects with multiple deadlines and need to switch seats during your creative moments?
I am doing the multiple projects with multiple deadlines, and I'm okay with this.
Yep.
I'm able to read different books and
right.
You can manage this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But of course, it's not just I'm switching from hour to hour, but actually. I found that I can be really organized and really focused, and I think this romantic idea about this, creators on the cliff with. No, it's actually it's actually boring. No, boring for me. It's not boring, but you just have to sit and do.
I hear this more and more with artists. There's a lot of application. The crazy artist idea, splashing paint and creating a masterpiece it happens, but it's not that often. It's a craft.
The huge power of this is it's coming from one thing, that you are doing this every day.
Yeah,
this is the strongest weapon of this, because all these artists. It's just you have to do every day because this is it. You can write opera without this. You just you have some ideas and you have some talent or inspiration maybe, but you have to write the notes. You have to. I think Verdi, he has some huge famous part of his life, and he says. It was years of galley. What is the just prison.
Yeah,
just sitting there.
Not much sunlight.
Yeah, no, nothing. Just you're working. But if you are honest, people are working. It's same, in factory, in bakeries, and nurses. Just people are working.
And what if there is a deadline and you are still not decided if it's A, B, or C or whatever, and you get stuck? Do you get stuck?
I think in every project is minimum one place where you get stuck.
What do you do then?
I'm trying to observe this from different perspectives, or myself from different. I'm walking. I'm walking.
You're walking,
and I'm just trying to, okay, technically you are writing a notes or score or something, but I'm thinking about solutions and trying to find a solution of this situation, how it could be working, and just walking and try to get this situation from another light or perspective, something.
Mm-hmm.
So something gets unblocked.
Yeah.
I love that concept.
So how much do you walk?
Now it's 35 degrees. I'm not talking, but I think 8 kilometers every day.
Maybe. Oh, you do walk 8 a day?
Maybe or 20. Depend.
Wow, that's
depend.
Cool.
And I like it.
Yeah.
You've made a great career in producing music, and you've covered, as we've discussed, quite a few genres in doing that. Are there areas you would like to lean into more in the next few years that you want to experiment with, or do you feel like, no, I want to take this movie writing to maybe more international, or are you ambitious like that?
Actually, it's an interesting question, because I thought years and maybe decades. Then I'm clear about it. That I want to do this, and I want to do this. But I discovered last year, maybe it's my 50s coming. Maybe it's connecting with this, and I just thought, because I read a lot of classical music as well. Some, symphonies, concerts, a lot of work for singers. I wrote an opera I thought just this, end it. I finished with this. I'm not finished. But and I thought I transformed this to the movies and together, and I'm satisfied with this. But last year and this, I just realized this maybe is not true. Maybe if I'm completely honest to myself, and I need to do things like this again, maybe just for myself, because how to say, like some soul ecology, or my thing. And this is, and it's not so important if we'll play this symphony somewhere, but just for myself, I need it. And I thought then maybe after 10, 20 years, I could be really unhappy that I didn't. So I'm going to, I need to write more my classical music again, just for myself, and we'll see.
Well, I think it's beautiful, usually.
I need it. I just need it because I know the world don't care about it. I know it, but I really like it, and maybe this is a how to say, maybe I'm coming back to I have just strange period of my life. I feel like on the beginning of this adventure, I'm sitting in a real field. I'm just amazed, I've been 1,000 times there, and I'm sitting there listening, and just wow, it's incredible.
It's your church.
Yeah, it's my church. Yeah, and I'm going to write an opera again. Actually, I decided, and I need to, and it will be my answer to AI. Actually,
Thank you for bringing up that topic,
because a lot of people are asking me, "Are you scared?" Of course not, because this, bad composers could be scared. No.
Put that in the show notes.
No. What I'm trying to say. I understand all these things, but it's my kind of creativity or something is completely different. To need something to tell, something to, and I think that if world will be full of still music creating through AI, then it will be a huge and huge, how to say,
dystopia.
Well, people will be hungry about really human experience.
Yeah.
And the thing that will be here will be sitting girl with twilunch or what, and it will be roots, and I'm going to roots again. Actually,
I think music is so personal. It will be such a weird thing if AI took a very strong foothold there. I imagine there must be places though where it could be used in finding certain beats or something. Is that something that you would like countenance or actually work with in terms of to improve the speed of a piece of work, or do you think no, that's actually going to taint the underlying work?
I think some jingles, some music for commercials or this is no way it will be AI stuff. I'm maybe for some lower quality TV as well. They will work from music, but I'm working how I'm working, and people are hiring me for my way to do, and so some emotional stuff or working with emotions. And maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know, but I think the music is this is a value, some plus to emotional platform for this. Okay, you can put there something, create from AI. Okay, why not? But people are not paying me just for music, but for my point of view of my dramaturgic, feelings from this situation. My, how to say,
taste?
Yeah, of course. Actually, for my taste.
This is. I don't see AI doing a great job there.
I think it's many places and many small jobs. In elevator. Okay, but I don't want to do music for elevator and some commercials anyway. It's just this is my. I want to do something different.
I've never been in an elevator and said that's usually how it's.
Yeah. And I have an example. 10 years ago, a friend of mine, he has some agency, some commercial agency, and he told me, okay, we made a movie about AI. He and this program finished, some Dvořák piece, and they will play this piece now. Come, I'm not interested. Why are you not interested? Because I am interested about the human behind the score.
Dvořák.
This guy with penguins and locomotive. This is what and this is a different. So I'm going to work at opera.
I cannot wait to see that or hear that. I should say, genuinely. You mentioned turning 50 and now that's over 2 decades in the business. And you mentioned taste. How do you stay somehow current with new trends, new music? Do you have like a lot of younger friends? Is it through getting out and hearing music? How are you continually inspired?
I have teenage girls, 2 daughters, and I'm continually trying to, how to say, be in.
Yes.
I don't need it to listen to all the album or something, but I just want to what is happening, and I'm analyzing how to say, I'm just trying to analyze how inside a song, how is it created? Okay, what is the
right? Yeah,
and maybe this is part of classical education in my head, and what is the rest from this? But I have to say, I'm deeply back in the classical music, and I think that because how to say, it's a lot good music, a lot of pop music, but I'm a little bit poshy in this, and it's not enough anymore for me because I listened so much in my life, and I understand why people are listening some pop songs or something. I'm okay with this, but for me, I'm posh in this.
You need
I needed some satisfaction, something more,
a deeper meal to feed you.
Yeah. And so my inspiration is coming. Last month I went to London to Jakub Hruša. He did to your great composer Benjamin Britten.
Benjamin Britten, of course.
This was great. Which was just great. And
I saw you were in New York as well.
Yeah. I leave to New York Opera in the break. It was not good.
Okay.
No.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it was musically perfect, but I really did.
It wasn't
I don't like the conception of the play. I'm a tough guy in this.
I think you're, if not uniquely critical,
I am.
You know what you're talking about.
I am actually critical. So, but to myself as well. But I left it.
Everyone gets critical.
Yeah.
This coffee.
You know it. Who wants to taste the coffee in Solista?
The Solista's gone now 4 years.
Oh, is it?
I'm not quite over it yet. There's new owners, and you can't go there because they weren't nice.
Yeah,
they were nice.
If you want to taste this, and same,
I have to say this. Jakub, who owns Solista, when I got there first, and I was there a lot, he would say, "What would you like?" I say, "A filter coffee." And he'd go, "Okay." I say, "Can I have some milk in that?" And okay. Basically I'm ordering, a 400 euro bottle of red wine and putting Coke in it.
Yeah. It's same like it.
Exactly. So eventually he told me, maybe try it without the milk and taste the fruit. Okay. So then I was okay. And after a few months, I got trained. And then I got the coffee beans from him. And then I went, oh, sorry, you have to grind them for me. I have no more.
Yeah. So he gave you the good moneyers in coffee world,
Exactly. He brought me. He held my hand into, and then of course nothing could ever be the same again. I have a slightly. Sorry. I want to ask it. So you're very critical, and you watch movies. I suppose you're a fan. Can you think of any movies that are so improved by the music, and also the opposite? Some decent movies that are almost like a little bit, if not destroyed, but the music didn't do it any favors, because it's obviously such a combined product.
My professor in school has a sentence. It was true that the bad music can completely destroy the good movie.
Yes,
and there is, if this movie, not good, no, perfect music can help it.
It's the story underneath.
Okay. You can help a lot. You can help. You can make it a faster or much more
suspense.
Or bring some emotions. But if plot is, not working, that's it. And I think that the best scores are, or music, the best movie, the best music in movies is music, who can bring something more, Okay, you can see something, and some music can just describe what you see, describe it, something. But could be music who is telling you something behind.
Yeah.
And I think this is the much more. And then we spoke about Interstellar. I think this is really great music, but movie is great, and everything is great,
and the acting is great.
Yeah, everything is great. The idea, but all this stuff, this, I think that the great film music can bring another quality there, and another aesthetic quality or thinking quality or something more. Okay, if you have Western or you mentioned tourist guys, funny, of course, but this is genre style. But
Have you ever considered to, because there is this Czech game, Kingdom Come of Deliverance from Warhorse. It's a gaming project, but it's some kind of like medieval pop music because I played it, and I remember there is a scene. It's a wedding, and you go there. I don't know what you do there, but there is this nice melodic loop basically that goes like 1 minute or something because I timed it like, oh, it's actually now there's the loop. Yeah, and it's so nice that I was like replaying it while I was walking at home because music actually affects me as well. We are humans, right? So it does things. So would you consider, if there is a Warhorse studio or any other gaming studio go to you and say, maybe movies and stuff, let's do games and let's do this. Would you consider or not?
I'm not gaming, and I think this is okay. Technically, I have skills to do it because I'm able to do this. I'm able to write the orchestra and all these symphonic tricks, and it's not actually so hard for me to do Carmina Burana level 2 or something like, because how some fakes, but I'm not gaming, and I think this is a problem.
Yeah, gotcha.
I have no relationship with this stuff. So, and okay, I can do this like a business, but I think that in my situation, in my mindset now, I think I don't want to, because I have some time, and I really
better used it elsewhere.
It's nothing against game, but friends of mine, they are gamers, they are writing scores for this. I think this is completely perfect. But, and actually, this Jan Walta, this composer, I know him. It's my friend.
Adam Sporka, I think, did the first one or the second.
I know just this Walta, and they are great. They are really skilled. But it's not my world.
So, if people want to listen to your music, you still update to the SoundCloud, or that's your main presence?
No, this simple way. We are dealing now with some soundtracks. Put this on Spotify, but it's a little bit tricky, because the producers have some rights for this or some no. It's a little bit tricky to
the licensing.
So the simplest way is to go to my SoundCloud and listen.
And there's quite a few of your pieces of work there. I've certainly heard much of it. And the projects you're working on now, which
it's called the Record Woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I think, going to be beginning of next year on Voil. What is now is this is Nova, and Voil is not Voil, and they changed the name.
Okay.
One play. Sorry. Yeah. They will kill me.
We can cut that part.
Kick this guy out.
My final question for you is, if so, you're talking to a 20-year-old Jiří Hájek, and you're with the present world, and things have changed. How would you suggest to him that he could build a career like you have done? Is it possible? What would he have to do differently? Is it the same? Just keep making music.
Just believe and keep walking. Yeah, because it's nothing more than work. Because you have to, if you want to be a composer or writer or carpenter, you have to just do this. You have, just try and work, and
the answer is focus.
Yeah, I think the first 30 years is hard, and after coming to there. I think just if you are in Italy and you can see some, sculptures or paintings, this is a lot of work. And, the life was short.
Mm-hmm.
They were, really, really good. So, no excuse, just go and work. Do something.
create something. Keep
Yeah,
working.
it's, you know, and of course, I think the problem is problem is some people want to be famous, and some people want to be, I don't know, singer or guitar player. This is different because of fame is a secondary, you know, is a secondary.
Follows on.
Yeah.
And now it's a little bit messy because if you want to be a good composer, it doesn't mean be a famous one. Could be, but unless.
So your advice is aim to be as good as you can as a composer, and maybe fame, and maybe a profession comes.
And be completely honest to yourself, you know, because this is only one way how to improve your work. To be honest, you know,
and take feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much for
Usually
being here.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you.
That was so good. I learned from it.
No.
I'm sure of this, that people will want to hear how you come about creating this. And you were so honest about your process and stuff. This is exactly the kind of authentic stories people want to hear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We'll see after 10, 20 years how our prediction with AI or something, you know. But, you know, I'm okay because I'm a carpenter, guys. And if everything is going to collapse, I'm going to back.
AI is not going to make cabinets.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. He goes, I see you in 20 years. I was like, okay, so the AI did take over. Exactly, yeah.
You know, and during the day, I'm working on the roof, and during the night, I compose my opera as well. And everything's balanced.
I have a feeling that jobs like yours will be quite secure. This is my instinct. All right, shall we wrap it up?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Jiří Hájek, thank you.